Matt Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Thanks for being here with us. 888-900-3393. Also at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. You believe it's December 1st already? It's December 1st. Jeez. Where does the time go? Where does the time go? You may also note that I am sporting some Band-Aids.
Yeah, what's up?
On my head today. Actually, they're not. Yeah, these are actually Band-Aids, but Band-Aids is a brand name. I think we forget that sometimes. These are adhesive strips.
Yeah.
I mean, Band-Aid is so ingrained
I
in
know,
our minds.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. You could have a
Like
Curad
Kleenex.
or Curad. It's a Curad Band-Aid.
Yeah. Right.
You know?
Right. Any adhesive strip is a Band-Aid.
Is a Band-Aid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kleenex, Scotch tape.
Right.
The list
Yes.
goes on.
Sometimes Coke. In some parts of the country, when you say,
just give me a Coke.
just get me a Coke, that means
Sorry.
any kind of soft drink.
Right, that's where I was born and raised in Atlanta. So what happened to you? Are
So-
you accident prone like me?
So I was going to have. I had a couple of. I didn't know what they were. I had something on my head, something on my nose, and I was going to wait until Christmas break to get it biopsied. But I have a wife, and
Wow.
that wasn't her plan. Her plan was, no, you won't go there. You make that appointment right there. Okay, all right, jeez.
That's
All right.
disappointing. I expected better from you.
Did you now? Did you? Oh, yeah.
expected
You,
better.
Mr. Mr. I rule the roost in my home. So anyway, got some things biopsied.
Yeah.
It could be cancerous. Hopefully not.
When do you find out?
Sometime this week.
Okay.
So called it, what it could be is seborrhea something or other. And I've only heard of seborrhea in the commercial where it used to say eczema, seborrhea, psoriasis. Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the only time I've ever heard of seborrhea. Now,
Well-
hopefully I had it
Right.
instead
Yeah,
of
you want
cancer.
seborrhea.
Yes, I want
Yeah.
seborrhea right now.
I mean, you were
Give me
warned.
some
If it's
seborrhea.
from something that you're taking, they warned you. Okay.
If it's from...
Oh, if it's a side effect.
If it's a side effect
Oh,
from something
right.
you're taking, you've already been warned, man. There's no recourse
Right.
here, so
Right.
it doesn't matter.
Jeez.
Well, I hope it all works out.
Thank
Please
you.
Let us know. We're
Thank
thinking
you.
about you.
Yeah, I will.
we can't help but think about it.
In the meantime, yeah, it's kind of hard to ignore the stupid adhesive
He's a strip.
strips on my head.
No, it's a good look.
Yeah, I know it is. I know it is. And you're welcome. You're welcome. Thanks to my wife, because I am married, and this was the only way to continue to get along with her until the holidays.
I mean, could you just turn up the heater and satisfy her there? Because it has been cold.
Brr, I'm cold. It's cold. Brr, brr,
Keep her happy.
Yeah, I tried that, and it didn't. No.
Okay.
She wanted to be warm and have this checked out right now. So
Yes, sir.
that's what we're doing. Anyway, 888-900-3393. Also at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. The other thing December 1st means is that time is running out. And if we want to overturn the election, this would be a really good time to bring forward all the evidence.
Information?
All the information,
Yes.
all the evidence that anybody has. Ollie, come free now. Come on, bring it on. Let's have it. It's interesting because sometimes when you listen to Sidney Powell, it's like she's in a collapsing mine, and people are telling her, "Hey, the mine is collapsing. Get out." No, I'm gonna get the gold here. There's gold in this mine, and I'm gonna extract it. Are you sure?
Yeah.
Because I don't see any evidence of gold. Yeah, I'm gonna get it.
It's there.
And
There.
it's kind of what it's like, but maybe she pulls something on. She was talking to Hannity yesterday.
Powell.
Sidney Powell, and was on Hannity. And Hannity was talking about the pardons that have been given by including to General Flynn, but was also saying that Trump might have to pardon himself.
President out the door needs to pardon his whole family and himself because they want this witch hunt to go on in perpetuity. They're so full of rage and insanity against the president. I mean, can the president, I assume that the power of the pardon is absolute, and that he should be able to pardon anybody that he wants to.
It is absolute. It's in the Constitution. I don't know about his authority to pardon himself, but it should not be necessary. And aside from that, the president's going to get another 4 years in office to finish the job he started, because the election fraud we are uncovering is massive. And there were foreign actors involved in our system, people from Germany and Serbia and China.
That's the first I've heard about Serbian interference, but that's she is still 1,000% confident, it sounds like. And besides that, he's going to have another 4 years to deal with all this stuff.
So don't worry about it, Sean.
So don't worry about it.
Why are you giving up, Sean?
Yeah, what are you, a quitter, Sean? He's not going out the door. What are you talking about? That's not till 2024 when he is term limited out the door. Does she not sound 1,000% confident still?
Yes, she does.
She sure does.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I hope to see it.
And she's specifically going after Brian Kemp and the Secretary of State in Georgia.
Everybody's going after Brian Kemp now.
Yeah.
The president,
money
Sidney
may
Powell.
have changed hands to give the contract to Dominion, which
Holy cow.
Which would be a scandal in of itself.
Sure.
But does that prove voter fraud? You see, it's like one thing to award a contract at the last minute. It's another to be in on a big conspiracy. There's new video now of a Dominion employee, and it's alleged that he's taking a USB stick and downloading data into a main voting collection center there in Gwinnett County, Georgia, which is Metro Atlanta. So, I mean, where this leads, I don't know.
I don't either.
There is at least video now.
I'm super anxious to find out. I just want it. You know, I think we all do. We all want it to happen because you just feel like, again, it's the collapsing mine. There's not a lot of time left, and so we need something good to happen.
You got it. Let's see it.
Yeah, exactly. Now, the president's team and others who are suing over this election have had a couple of victories in the last couple hours, in the last couple days. For instance, a judge blocked Georgia from erasing data on Dominion voting machines. So that's really good. A federal judge barred Georgia officials from clearing or tampering with results on voting machines in 3 counties as a result of a lawsuit filed by Sidney Powell. So they can't erase all of the evidence there. Also in Pennsylvania, a judge upheld the hold that they've placed on certification of the results. So that's cool. They stopped certification of the vote in Pennsylvania, although that case isn't about fraud either. It's about a constitutional issue involving the mail-in ballots and all that.
Right.
But it's not being certified, so that's a win.
And I thought that they were talked about not certifying Arizona, but he certified yesterday. Almost
quick,
behind.
though.
I mean, the governor had said that he wasn't going to, and then
did.
Yeah.
Hey, join the information I just said about the guy with the USB stick and your story about the 3 counties that the judge says don't erase those machines.
Right.
One of those counties is the county that guy was videoed in with the USB downloading Gwinnett County. So
interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll see. I mean, it's starting to have some movement, it feels like. And, you know, whereas Trump was kind of being thwarted, his legal team, at every single turn initially, he's got some victories here and there now spread out around the country. So also in Michigan, apparently an analysis of the voting there has concluded that there were some votes manipulated by an algorithm. New analysis of Michigan voter data reveals hundreds of thousands of mail-in ballots flagged as potentially fraudulent, leading statisticians to posit strong evidence exists that results were manipulated by computer algorithms. Interesting.
Is this the precinct in Michigan that has 781% voter turnout? And that's, I mean, a lot of people were motivated this election season. As you know, there was a big push. We saw commercials all the time. And of course, it leads to voter turnout of 781% in some parts of the country.
That's pretty good.
That is good.
That's pretty good.
That's getting the message out there. Is what it's doing.
That's a motivated populace right there.
Sure, there's a few anomalies.
Yeah, a few. Well, because this report in Michigan also raises a few concerns about Michigan election officials' conduct regarding mail-in balloting. Of the 3,507,129 ballots requested, the report flags hundreds of thousands of ballots with qualities such as duplicate ballot IDs, missing ballot addresses, or year of birth prior to 1921. Now, are we discriminating against people
it sure
who
sounds
are
like
over 100 years old? Is that what's going on here? If I was born, say, in 1850, does that mean I can't vote now all of a sudden in America?
I mean, I'm just going out on a limb here, but I voted, so.
Thank you. Thank you. So you're 161 years old. What? What of it?
Thank you.
That just means I have more experience in elections, and I know who to vote for now. I should after 160, 170 years of life, right?
Right.
So some interesting things are apparently happening, and we'll see where this leads.
But again, time
is of the essence.
Of the essence.
Sure is. Yeah, and the fact that she's talked so confidently,
I know,
and she has been so definitive about this election being overturned, and yet we haven't seen any of her evidence. She's talked about her evidence.
We all want it. Sidney, let's go.
Oh, let's go.
Please.
I absolutely
show
believe what she is saying.
Yeah.
And so she's either going to end up being a national hero or committing herself to a mental institution.
Well,
when this is all said and
she won't
done.
have to commit herself because there'll be people helping her with that.
Yeah.
But I want to be clear that I believe what she is saying. It's just a matter of getting everybody else
I
to.
do too. I mean, it's hard to know what to believe anymore. It's just really hard. I mean, you can't even believe your own eyes sometimes.
Because if it's true, right? I mean, that is huge.
Well,
I mean,
if it's,
we're done.
Yeah,
as
if
a
it's
country, we need to
if it's true,
burn it all down and start again.
If it's true, and you can convince the Supreme Court, you're going to have an overturned election, and that's going to bring on, some repercussions afterwards. I think we all agree.
Unhappy people.
Yeah, there's going to be a couple people that are very, very unhappy. But about 50% of us who are very, very pleased and are willing to go through the unhappiness of the other people.
Yeah.
And then if it's not overturned, but this did happen, you can forget having America be America anymore because it just won't be. If we had this kind of election fraud that she's talking about and we don't do anything about it, and we have officials saying it was the most secure election ever, we're in real trouble.
Yeah, we're Mexico with nukes at that point.
Absolutely. We absolutely are. And again, like yesterday, like we said yesterday, how embarrassing and humiliating and disappointing is it that we need external overseers of our election now?
No.
Jeez. No.
I mean, is that for sure? Are we actually allowing that now?
Yeah, we've got people in this country overseeing it. Yeah. From, I don't know about the UN, but for sure from the EU. And it's embarrassing. And I want them out.
Hey, thank you. You go stand over there. I mean, you know what? You don't have to leave.
You know what? We'll handle this on our own.
No problem.
Bye-bye.
We got it.
Jeez.
And if it's the UN, no thank you.
Oh, that's even worse.
No thank you.
It's even worse.
I'm sorry. I don't need anybody from Nigeria. I don't need anybody from...
Don't you?
No.
What about the Republic of Congo?
Yeah, no. I don't need anybody from Thailand saying, let me take a look.
Yeah, but it's the People's Republic of Congo. Maybe you didn't understand me.
Oh,
the
okay.
People's Republic of Congo.
Yeah, that makes it...
it's better, right?
It does make it better, but still no.
Because it's a republic of the people. It's right there in the name.
Still,
what do you want?
Still no.
Man, you are hard to please. You really are. All right. If you've noticed your hair isn't looking quite as full as it used to, and...
Sure, bring that up now.
Yeah.
Okay,
I know.
fine.
It's just another thing to be pissed off about and disappointed in and embarrassed by. You could go to the doctor for a hair loss treatment prescription, or you could stay home in the comfort and privacy of your lazy boy recliner. Go online, answer a few questions at keeps.com/Pat, snap some pictures of your hair and post them. And then a licensed doctor will review all your information and recommend the right hair loss treatment for you. Now, they use the generic versions of these hair loss treatments, so you save about half right there. And then just to get you started, KEEPS.com, keeps.com/Pat will give you another 50% off your first order of Keeps hair loss treatments. That's keeps.com/Pat. 50% off. Imagine
this
that.
is Pat Gray Unleashed.
I love this story that Coke and Nike are not all that thrilled about not using slave labor in China. There's a bill that's being proposed that would crack down on products being made by forced labor, by slave labor in China. And Coke and Nike are fighting that bill. New York Times reported Sunday that the two companies have joined several others in an effort to put pressure on Congress to, quote, weaken a bill that would ban imported goods made with forced labor in China's Xinjiang region, unquote. The Uyghur Forced Labor Prevention Act has bipartisan support in Congress. It's designed to ban certain goods that are produced in China with the aid of forced labor, particularly at the expense of religious minorities like the Uyghur Muslims. And Coke and Nike don't want that to go through. Its passage would also force corporations to place their own supply chains under a microscope in order to ensure that they're avoiding suppliers who utilize that kind of labor.
Interesting.
And again, as we mentioned yesterday, Colin Kaepernick, you're the face of Nike who's using forced labor? Huh. Kind of selective in his human rights advocacy, isn't he?
I mean, these corporations are really struggling now. You know, Coke and Nike have, their slave labor in China. I just read a big expose on the palm oil slave workers.
Palm oil?
In Southeast Asia. I mean, it's just
incredible. Do we use a lot of palm oil?
In everything. It's in everything.
Okay.
It's in everything.
It's one of those products that we don't know we're using, but we're using.
Yes, and some companies don't tell you. Mm-hmm. It's like, well, we might use it. It might be in some of our stuff, but that's confidential. That's confidential.
Is that legal to say it's confidential?
Well, it's confidential.
I thought they had
to. It's our product. We make it. We don't want you to know.
Everybody has to list their ingredients, don't they? I thought that was a thing, like a law, a regulation.
Talk to the colonel about his 11 herbs and spices, my friend. Okay,
that's true.
Okay,
that's true. Although we once did a thing where we called Kentucky Fried Chicken locations and asked them. We called 11 locations and asked them for one ingredient each.
So you got
how'd that work out?
We got salt, pepper, paprika.
Oh, all right, good.
And I can't remember the other 8, but I think we got all 11 of the secret herbs and spices.
And you didn't write it down?
We didn't write it down, no.
I mean, how many opportunities are you going to get in life?
I don't know.
To capture all 11 herbs and spices. Man, you dropped the ball for humanity.
It really did. We really did. We were looking for comedy and not for the betterment of the world.
Yeah. Well, that's a shame.
It was selfish of us. Yeah, it was very selfish of us.
But anyway, these corporations are they all look the other way because it's worth millions of dollars.
Yeah. Right? I mean, they're getting their product created, manufactured cheaply, and then they sell it for a handsome profit here. Yeah. It's good for them. So why wouldn't they want slave labor? Well, I don't know. Maybe because you don't want people in slavery? You don't want people enslaved?
Of course we don't.
You don't want people mistreated, abused.
Of course we're against it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just silly to think that we're not.
But we're not so against it that we would allow this legislation to go through.
We don't have any control about what happens over there.
That's probably the excuse.
Absolutely.
Just turn a blind eye to it all. And that's what they're doing.
And that's exactly what they do.
So, wonderful things are happening in China. This may surprise you a great deal. Apparently, speaking of China, CNN has discovered some leaked documents that claim China wasn't entirely forthcoming during the COVID scandal.
Whoa.
Wait, what?
Oh, yeah. And you think CNN just now
just found that out? Yeah, they just found it out, Keith.
Sure. Yeah, I doubt that they found this out months and months ago.
A group of frontline medical workers, likely exhausted, stand huddled together on a video conference call as China's most powerful man raises his hand in greeting. That was on February 10th in Beijing, and President Xi, who for weeks had been absent from public view, was addressing a hospital staff in the city of Wuhan from a secure room well away, like 745 miles away from Wuhan.
Everything's fine where you're at.
Right. The president of China expressed his condolences to those that have died. And that same day, Chinese authorities reported the incredible numbers, 2,478 new cases, raising the total to more than 40,000. Only 400 of those cases, less than 400 of those cases were outside of China. So almost all 40,000 were in China.
Yeah.
But what they have found since discovering these leaked documents all of a sudden, I mean, I think it was just yesterday this came to light for them, but Chinese officials gave the world more optimistic data than they had access to internally. What?
I mean, I did.
Wait, what?
It was an ongoing. Well, it wasn't really a joke, but I mean, it was an ongoing report when we were in the heat of the battle of these numbers that China stayed at 83,000, 82,000 forever.
It's interesting you should mention that, Jeffy, because they're still reporting 86,000 infected.
They're like 70th of countries with the amount of cases.
4,634 deaths. Still.
Right.
4,634 deaths while we have 260,000 or whatever.
The most populated country in the world, on the planet.
Yeah.
Stop it.
I mean,
surprise.
I guess this is an example of communism. Got it right? Finally, right? This is the one example in history. You just don't report the truth.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a nightmare.
China's system took on average 23 days to diagnose confirmed patients, and testing failures meant most received negative results until January 10th. So this problem was completely out of control for them. Completely out of control. And they're lying through their teeth. In a report marked internal document, please keep confidential, local health authorities in the province of Hubei, where it was first detected, listed on that same day, they said there were, 2,400 confirmed cases. This is 5,918, so it's more than double. I'll bet you it was 10 or 100 times more than that.
Had to have been.
It was.
I mean, we were getting leaked reports of thousands of bodies.
Yeah.
Right? And that we were supposed to just believe that wasn't true. And maybe some of it wasn't. But
do you remember, we had a story of cell phone usage just plummeted.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that?
It went down. I don't remember what the percentage was, but it was incredible. It was
basically
like 80 or 90% or something.
The owners of these cell phones had, in theory, died and therefore no longer using their cell phones. And it was substantial enough to really show up on the map.
Yeah, and that report is sort of surmised that meant
that
their numbers were a tenth of what they should have been. Who would have known? Who would have ever guessed? You can't.
No, come on.
You can't trust the Chinese for good information.
Right?
What? I love how CNN's handling it. Yeah. Oh, look at this. Some leaked documents have just come to light. China wasn't entirely honest. Who would have seen that coming? I mean, amazing.
But when President Trump says anything against China.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my gosh. It's the only time.
He's racist and he's a xenophobe. And he pointed that out. And they always said, well, no, I wasn't calling you a xenophobe about that. Oh.
Okay.
All right.
Sure,
and they
no problem.
throw so many insults around at him that it's hard to know which incident they're really talking about, if any. Usually he hasn't done anything, and they're making up some disgusting, ridiculous insult.
Well, I'm just glad he's going to have 4 more years.
Yeah, right. And Sidney Powell has assured us there 4 more years. So good. I'm waiting to see that come out. What happened with the Friday thing? Remember, we were talking on Wednesday. It's coming out Friday.
Right.
Did she actually release anything staggering? Because I missed it.
Well, those were the 2 lawsuits that were filed Wednesday night in Michigan and Georgia. And
okay.
Yeah.
So that's what was.
But they had no.
What are you trying to say?
They had no real evidence dump over them, right? Yeah. No, I'm just saying that I was hoping for something substantial on Friday, and we didn't necessarily.
Oh, she took care of it Wednesday night.
Okay. But
what will it take?
Still so confident. She's still so confident that he just.
I know.
I can't believe she's saying it, and there's nothing behind it, because that will ruin her career, right? She would never have credibility again.
Ever.
So I got to think there's substance to it.
And, there are still people believing that, it was her removal or, the saying that she was never part of the Trump team was all a strategic move.
Yeah.
That has left her able to do what she can do now without the hindrance of being on the Trump team.
Right.
I guess when the belief that when she was saying bad things about Kemp and then she got released, we thought, well, that's why they released her, because she was saying bad things about Kemp. But, certainly hasn't stopped Donald Trump now from being out against him.
No.
But
He and Kemp are going after each other big time.
Yeah, apparently Kemp is persona non grata now. So he was a hero before, and now he's...
It does lead to some sort of credence that it was, some sort of Trump strategic move. And, I will say that I believe this show was the first show to tell you that this president was playing 4D chess.
we did tell you that.
When the rest of us were just playing checkers. So, okay, good, okay.
So any day now.
You got me.
Anytime now. It's going to happen.
That'd be nice.
We're going to see it.
I'm ready to.
All right.
Yeah, I'm ready to make it happen.
All right.
Let's see it. Sidney, bring it. Please. Please.
By all that is holy. Yeah, bring it.
Yes.
Because what is it? The 9th. Is it the 9th that they have to certify in all the states?
I think it was the 8th is when all the legal challenges. And I keep leaning on this one article. I cannot find it. I have looked forever. And it just said that all legal challenges must be wrapped up by December 8th. I don't know what that was based on, but obviously
I think it's based on the certification of the states having a deadline of the 9th.
Right.
Okay, well, December 14th is your electoral college.
Right. And some states are, in fact, actually talking about their legislator selecting the electors. Interesting.
It is interesting, isn't it?
Interesting.
It is interesting.
Mm-hmm. Is there a number people can call about that? Ivan? Or
yeah, it's right there in front of you.
There. It's right there. 888-900-3393. You can call. And,
that's interesting.
And we'll talk about how interesting it is.
Is there anybody on the line yet?
Also, we'll tell you where most of the infections are coming from on COVID-19 so that you can completely stay away from it. If you simply wear a mask and stay away from any location outside your home, you're going to be fine. You're going to be, well, not fine, but when you have the mandatory vaccine, the mandatory mask, and you don't leave your home, then, and only then,
I can come back?
Well, I think they've torn up the roads between.
Hold on.
It's a real shame. I barely got here today.
I know, right?
I barely got here. So.
I miss you. I miss you.
Us.
I'm talking to Pat, not you, Jeffy. Just to be specific.
All right. 888-900-3393. More Pat Gray Unleashed coming up. Got some tweets here from 2 Corinthians and a palmist walk into a bar. Is Pat suffering from the heartbreak of psoriasis? Yes. Well, hopefully. Either psoriasis or seborrhea, something or other.
Right.
So if you're wondering, if you just tuned in and you're wondering why I've got the Band-Aids here, I'm making a new fashion statement. I think it's going to be all the rage really soon. And so.
Adhesivestrip.com/Pat.
Right. That's right. Actually, these are Band-Aids, so I can call them that. I actually had a biopsy done yesterday, so we'll see what the deal is with that later on in the week. Scott Rasmussen tweets, Jeffy rules the roost. More like Jeffy rules the fridge, couch, and the remote.
That's funny.
Yeah, you like that?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no, I could tell that you're pretty impressed with it. Yeah. What he's saying, I think, in a roundabout way, is that you are overweight.
Mm-hmm. Is it a roundabout way?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Very round.
American Pride tweets, I've decided that if Biden can declare himself president-elect, so can I. The first person in my cabinet will be Jeffy as the head of the FDA because I don't trust skinny people when it comes to food. Good.
I would take that gig.
Yeah, that'd be a good gig for you.
Oh, it's a good gig.
F in Florida Man 2. How long is Keith going to get away with not showing up for work because he, quote, may have been exposed, unquote?
Brother, I want to be there.
From Vern Lundquist, I sure could have used Sidney Powell when my parents wanted to see my report cards as a kid. Yeah, I got straight A's. I'm going to be on the honor roll.
Can we see the report card?
No, well, yes, eventually I'll show it to you. But I got straight A's. I got a 4.0 average. Yeah, that would have been good.
Yeah, it would have been.
Gender McGenderface. Well, hold on now. I don't know if we can just discount the 100-plus community when it was Joe Biden's key demographic voter base. Oh, the 100-plus percentage? Is that what?
No, the age group. The age group.
Oh, okay, the age group, right. There's so many different variables here.
Right. We did have a graph a couple weeks ago that showed the turnout percentage for age bracket, and the 90-plus community was far and away higher than any other age bracket in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
So stupid. I mean, come on.
It's incredible.
We know what's happening here.
They are now saying, too, that most infected people got their virus from going shopping at some large retailer, is how this is put. And the mayor of El Paso is blaming COVID fatigue and saying that too many people are going out shopping. Well, yeah, we do have COVID fatigue.
Yes, we do.
There's no doubt about that.
Yes, we do.
And I'm sure that if you track flu numbers, that's probably where you get that too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
It's just that we, despite the hundreds of thousands of people that have died from the flu, millions actually over the years, we've never panicked about it like this. No, except in 1918. Which was appropriate, probably. But, we've never treated any other illness like this.
That's for sure.
Nope.
That's for sure. I mean...
Was 1918 an election year? Oh, no, it wasn't.
No, was not. El Paso made headlines earlier this month after it hired mobile morgues and paid inmates to carry the bodies of those who died from the virus. Jeez. The Texas National Guard was also deployed to help the city with their morgues. And so El Paso Mayor D. Margo. No, this is from, this is the mayor. I think the consensus is people just had COVID fatigue and they let down, as Dr. Birx said. You got to wear the mask, you've got to maintain the distancing, and you've got to avoid crowds. That's so easy, too. It's just that easy.
You got to destroy your society.
It is just that easy.
Just let your business go to hell. In fact, go bankrupt. You don't need it, right? You didn't build that.
Right. A third of New Jersey small businesses are currently shuttered. I mean, how many are going to come back? And one of your Pat heads made the point, this is tax revenue. Where's it going? Like, how is New Jersey going to get tax revenue if you've got all of your businesses closed?
Yeah.
It's madness. It is a vicious cycle. We are destroying our society all over, across the board in so many ways, mentally, economically, socially, freedom. Mm-hmm. You're not going to get that stuff back.
The good news is, though, is that the vaccine is coming.
Yeah, it is.
And so
yes,
you'll be fine, right? I mean, we've got airlines test flying their airplanes to make sure that the delivery process is still good. They've got to be able to keep their planes at negative 8,000 degrees.
Oh wow, yeah.
For the delivery process of the one vaccine, and even the other vaccines still have to be
pretty
under
cold,
some sort of
like
chill.
4 below zero. Yeah.
But the advisory panel for the CDC is supposed to meet today to decide which groups will get priority access to the initial doses.
Right.
And
frontline workers probably, which makes sense.
Sure.
Elderly would make sense. And then whoever else wants to. If you want to, go get it.
Sure.
If you don't want to, you shouldn't have to.
Absolutely. Yeah. If you want to shop at my store, though, you better have the vaccine.
And that's what will happen.
You're absolutely right,
I want
Jeffy.
documentation.
Yeah. I mean, you've got the first of all, you got the former head of Pfizer who says we absolutely do not need a vaccine for COVID-19. But you talk about
we don't need a vaccine?
I saw that headline. I didn't read
the former head of Pfizer. Yeah.
That's weird coming from a pharmaceutical head.
He's the former
head.
Yeah.
Former head. Yeah.
Interesting. All right.
But you're right about the business is going to require that, Jeffy. You saw the Qantas Airlines CEO he was having a speech where he was going to announce how you're going to have the vaccine.
Yeah.
And a little something.
Well, what they're working on is this health passport.
Right.
Correct.
Yeah. So you're going to have a passport in order to board their planes. Simple as that. It's coming. Well, it's almost here.
They're going to do that too.
And they will. Yeah. Yes, they will.
Did you see though the Qantas announcement? There's big going on. Could we play that video?
Since I've been here to announce I'm
going to announce that for you right there.
Oh my!
There you go. So he gets a little pie to the face. I mean, that's old school comedy right there. But that's what people think about.
He did not look like it was comedy.
I might take a break for a second, guys, and just clean up a little bit, and I'll come back.
I don't know what that was about.
Was that set up? I mean, how'd the guy get so close to him?
How does
security?
That happen?
I don't know.
We've seen it happen on the campaign trail with Biden.
Crazy.
It's insane.
What are you doing that close to the guy? Is nobody watching out for... maybe they don't have any security at these announcements. I don't know. But that's
weird.
Yikes. That could have been much worse than it was.
Yeah.
Sure could have.
But this, just to show you, this is about control. Here is another statement from the wonderful mayor of El Paso. We did a deep dive into our contact tracing for the week of November 10th through the 16th and found that 55% of the positives were coming from shopping at large retailers, what we term the big box stores. And those are considered essential under CISA guidelines under Homeland Security.
Right.
And I don't have any control over any limitations there. That's she's pissed because she can't control that.
Right.
So under the guidelines she's forced to live by, because they're federal guidelines, she can't tell you not to go to the big box store. Don't go to Home Depot. Don't go to Lowe's. Don't go to Walmart. And it galls her that she can't tell you to do that.
And none of the stores...
it's about control.
None of the stores anymore do... Remember early on where they were limiting access, right?
They allow a certain number of people in.
That's out the door.
Yeah, I mean, it is.
Nobody believes in that anymore. And I don't know that there was only a few stores that actually implemented it. Where they'd make people wait outside and then allow you to go in.
Right.
Because I remember going to a big box store that has the name of Walmart, and I remember at that time thinking, I'm not waiting in line at a I'm not going to wait.
And there was a line out the door.
There was a guy there at the door.
Yeah.
That was supposed to be the counter. And they had the brackets up, the walking brackets for people to go, but they weren't stopping anyone.
Oh, really?
No one was being stopped.
Huh.
So, it wasn't whoa, okay.
They don't want to piss off their clients.
We've reached our limit. You have to wait until somebody walks out. Nobody was doing that.
There is it's a serious issue, this COVID-19, right? It's so serious we have to shut down public schools in Atlanta, Georgia, but we can open them to shoot a movie for Spider-Man. That's how. And it's also so serious that a train station in Los Angeles that has been set aside for COVID-19 testing. No COVID-19 testing until they're done shooting a movie at that train station as well. So that's how serious this COVID-19 is in America. It's all about control. Like you said, Pat, it's whatever they want to control. That's right. Where it's most dangerous.
Well, there's contractual agreements with these movie companies.
Yeah.
They have to be adhered to.
Sure.
Wow.
All right, let me tell you about Scoremaster. Scoremaster is amazing. This is a business that discovered that with their algorithm, you can raise your credit score a lot in just a really short time, like 97 points on top of your credit score. Again, I saw that. I get embarrassed for them because there was another credit score boost business that claims, and they have these customer testimonials.
Yeah.
I raised my score 15 points. I'm like, really? That's what you're bragging about?
Right.
So you went from 500 to 515? How'd that help you? It didn't. But imagine if you've got, let's say, average credit, and you raise your average credit, your score 97 points, or 61 points in 20 days or less is really the average for their customers. 61 points in 20 days or less. So they just advise you on when to make payments and how much, maybe put a little bit extra with this and it will help you over there. But go to the website and check it out. It's scoremaster.com/Pat. It just takes a few minutes to enroll, and they'll show you how many plus points you can add to your score in just a really short amount of time. Go there today. Scoremaster.com/Pat. Scoremaster.com/Pat.
I will keep my promise. I will live in the past, present, and the future. The spirits of all three will strive within me. Oh, heaven and Christmas time be praised for this. I say this on my knees, Jacob Marley. On my knees.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Yep. It's almost that time of year. Well, it is that time of year.
Yes, it
is.
It's
a Christmas season.
Yes, it is.
I love it. Love it. But it's kind of a shortened one because Thanksgiving came so late this year, which is, I think, in part, and then in part why everybody put their decorations up so soon. That and the fact that this has been, I don't know, an abysmal year. And everybody wants to just do something that, is happy.
If I put my Christmas decorations up, it means the year is over.
Yeah, right. And I got something fun to kind of concentrate on. So I'm all about just immersing ourselves this year. 888-900-3393. Also at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. So is everybody going to be good boys and girls and not invite anybody to your house for Christmas and not go anywhere for Christmas? Don't join together with other family members because, look, it just takes a little bit of sacrifice, and then we'll have this thing under control.
Right.
Just give us this year and next. That's all we're asking. This year and next. We'll keep the businesses closed. You don't visit anybody. You stay home.
Should be fine.
And it'll be fine. We're asking for a little sacrifice on your part.
Oh, do you want to come over Sunday to watch Taysom Hill at my house in the COVID house again?
I would love to, but the COVID house would probably prevent that, wouldn't it?
Again, no roads.
No roads. And that's the bigger issue
right there. Issue.
Yeah. That's
okay. I tried. I've invited you twice now, and it's just a shame it didn't work out for you. Huh?
Do you know who they play this weekend?
The Falcons again. Saints.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 2 out of 3 weeks, so that's a joy.
I don't understand how Dallas never gets the New Orleans game when it's so much closer than the game they're actually presenting.
Division stuff.
Yeah.
Just division stuff.
They could have a game being played in Nice, France, and I wouldn't get the New Orleans game.
Yeah, that's true.
The one that's right down the road.
So we've got a college football game this morning. being played.
Seriously?
Right?
This morning?
Yeah.
Are you for real?
Yeah, I believe we have the Western Kentucky Hilltoppers taking on the Charlotte 49ers.
Oh, when Western Kentucky and Charlotte get together, you can throw out all the record books.
I know. And I thought we had the Ravens-Steelers game, but it looks like that's tomorrow now, right?
They moved that. Yeah, they had to move that to Wednesday
again.
night. Yeah. I've got a fantasy football game. I'm waiting for one player that plays tomorrow night. And let's see, who'd you say is playing today? At what time, Jeffy?
Western Kentucky and Charlotte. At the Charlotte 49ers and the Western Kentucky Hilltoppers.
I guess my app doesn't include those teams. I don't know.
Amazing.
Okay, I'm just saying,
Yeah.
I believe you.
Game.
Will Baltimore and Pittsburgh play their normal games again on Sunday?
No, they've moved that.
So
now we've got 3 Monday Night Football games coming up to make up for this.
So they give them just an extra day, though.
Well, they said from the beginning, we're going to have to be flexible, and really they have. And at least they haven't shut down the league, which would be terrible.
Yes.
Because if you shut down the NFL, my guess is college football would follow. And then that destroys a pretty good year. They might as well.
Stop.
Yeah, they might as well. The Pac-12 has been a joke since this whole thing. Well, they were before that, but especially since this COVID thing, doing everything the Big Ten told them to do.
Yeah,
and now they're just racked with COVID, despite all their restrictions, despite their protocol, which they make everybody else follow if you want to play their teams, and yet they're the ones who are the most afflicted here.
Yeah, Big Ten's getting close too. Ohio State risks not being in the Big Ten championship game.
And I saw some new power rankings that'll make you happy too. BYU was 7th with the power.
Really?
Yeah.
That's not in the college playoff ranking, is it?
Not yet, but
where's Nebraska on that, Jeffy? Power rankings? Where are we?
Ever so slightly below 7.
Are we
just a little behind?
No.
888-900-3393. More Pat Gray Unleashed coming up. Great to have you with us. 888-900-3393. Also at Pat Unleashed. On Twitter, just tuning in. You're seeing the adhesive strips all over my head. I had a little biopsy taken yesterday, so that's thus the Band-Aids, because they sliced out parts of my head. And it's I could just share it with you if you wanted. Get some close-ups of the gouges. Would you appreciate it? Would you like that?
Should have done that around Halloween.
Yeah,
you wouldn't have to say anything.
Yeah, that's right. 888-900-3393.
Or you could have gotten your house under control and said, I'm waiting until the holiday break.
I'm waiting until our holiday break.
Back in the kitchen with you.
Christmas break. When that comes, then I'll do it.
Don't you have some cookies to make?
Thank you. And dinner to
cook. And get me a
beer.
Tired
of hearing from you.
Even though I don't drink beer, get me one.
Was cook the word you were looking for?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Right.
Cook.
It's a tough word. I think you'll admit.
for Jeffy, I would
admit
that. Yeah.
When he's used to saying spoons and 18.
I'll get there. Just get back in.
Cook is really difficult. We got this tweet from The Science. Trump should definitely give Biden a pie in the face during the inauguration speech. That would just be very Trumpian and probably the best TV in the history of TV. President-elect Jimmy tweets, I want to return to the days of throwing rotten tomatoes and pies at people we disagree with.
That'd be fun.
From Krabby Shan, people are getting COVID at large retailers because everything else is closed.
It's kind of a good point.
It's a really good point.
Yeah.
Let's see, from Bob Blah Blah. Since the vaccine isn't a lifelong cure, will all those who are vaccinated be exempt from wearing a mask? And if so, when would they start having to wear one again? Seems like this crap will continue on and on. They've actually already set up the stage that the vaccine's not going to be enough. You're going to have to couple it.
Still going to have to wear the mask.
With the mask.
Yep. That's already been, that groundwork has already been laid.
It's already been laid.
Yeah. Screw you.
And I can't take it with the mask thing. They act like when you use the mask, it's complete protection for you.
Which obviously it's not.
Right.
I'll give you that, many people aren't wearing it properly. They're not using it properly. Okay, I got it. But the overall percentage of people are wearing masks. Certainly everywhere I go.
Yeah, and they act
masks.
like it's going to prevent getting the disease when in reality it might help a slight, like almost statistically insignificant amount. Like the Dutch did that survey.
Right.
They did that trial with masks, had a control group not wear masks. So when the whole thing, there's 3,000 people, divided it right down the line. So the people who didn't wear a mask, 2.1% of them got COVID. The people who did wear a mask at all times, 1.8%. It's a 0.3% difference.
And what was it? 70% of people that wear masks all the time have COVID-19.
Right. Yes.
And don't forget the individual in my household who wears the mask all the time has the COVID-19.
And you don't.
Correct.
Right.
And I'm not wearing a mask anywhere. So there. Can we put up the sign from New Jersey? Because your buddy, John Bon Jovi, and your other buddy, Bruce Springsteen.
Oh, love him.
Yeah, right.
Love 'em.
Your New Jersey celebrities. And Jon Stewart and your other buddy.
Great.
There's the sign. Hashtag Mask Up New Jersey. And
Wear
there they
a
are.
friggin' mask. John Bon Jovi, Jon Stewart, and Bruce Springsteen.
Keep my social distance.
Wear a friggin' mask.
We just wait each egg
Until we find a vaccination, there's no substitute for love. So love yourself and love your neighbor, family, neighbor and a friend.
Anytime you meet a stranger, it's just a friend you ain't made.
I love that song.
Oh, who doesn't?
We know you do.
Thank you.
Who doesn't? This is just so brilliant. How obnoxious is that campaign?
Wear a friggin' mask.
3 losers up on a billboard telling you to wear a friggin' mask.
So
Shut up.
So that's New Jersey. Wear a friggin' mask. And then across the river in New York, it's don't be a turkey. Wear a mask. Oh, my goodness.
So bad.
These
Yeah,
places
really
in the
bad.
Northeast. Stop it.
So bad and so stupid and so irritating and so condescending.
Yes.
Like, okay, because you famous people told us to wear a mask, I guess I'm going to wear a mask all the time. Okay.
So is that more offensive
Jon
and more annoying?
Stewart is wearing a mask. I will. I don't feel embarrassed about it now.
I keep my social distance. This world needs a egg.
I mean, he should be embarrassed.
Hold on. Since you're already annoyed, Pat, I thought I would hit you with the St. Fauci candle. Do we have that image of St. Fauci of DCC?
Oh, we sure do. Look at that. Literally, somebody sanctified him.
Excellent.
In a candle form.
Well, yeah, I mean, if it's on a candle form, is it actually true?
That is amazing.
Look at the book he's holding. The book he's holding is the COVID-19 book of facts and truths.
And look at this. Pray to Saint Anthony Fauci? That's like sacrilegious.
Yeah.
Well, it's a candle.
That's unbelievable. You pray to him? That just shows you how far this train has gotten off the tracks. Wow. Where did you find that, Keith?
Oh, I don't know. Somebody tagged me in it, but they're out there.
Unreal.
Yeah, and they're a thing.
That's amazing.
But you showed the sign from New Jersey, and people are fleeing these blue states, whether it's the Northeast or California. I found it really interesting the cost to move out of these states. Do we have the U-Haul chart? Because look at this. If you want to move from Texas to California, I don't know why you would, but look at that. Houston to LA, if you want to rent a U-Haul, it costs $793. Conversely, if you're moving from LA to Houston, there's such short supply of U-Haul trucks, it costs 5 times as much, 6 times as much there, $4,200 for the same truck going the other way.
Good. Make it impossible for people from California
We're out of trucks
to move into Texas.
Man, do I wish we had trucks.
Unless you can prove your conservatism, then we'll let you in. Then,
right.
But it takes we got to give you a test.
There should be a test at the border.
There should.
At the rest stop, you're forced to exit here. Take a simple test about American history and conservative constitutional values, and then we'll let you keep trucking.
Now you're showing just a different set of papers. Okay.
That's all right. Okay. This set, I think, is fine. This is fine. It's fine. It's constitutional.
Yeah,
okay. Then never mind.
Yeah. It's in the good and plenty clause.
Oh, okay.
You shall not California-ize Texas. It's right there.
We have those T-shirts.
Listen, we've needed that for a long time. We've needed that for a number of years.
Don't California my Texas. Yep.
We need a wall now more than ever, but it needs to be on the western border of Texas.
And the northern, eastern. And,
yes. Yes.
They'll sneak around
every single border.
Everywhere.
Oh, man. 888-900-3393. And then people, for whatever reason, they come here and they think, I'm gonna vote to make it a crappy state like I just came from. Why are you doing that?
I feel like a lot of people are moving here because their companies move here. Right? The companies move here for the obvious benefits, but they don't. We don't go before these employees and say, hey, the reason why your company's moving here, right?
It's because this is a liberty-loving state, and that's why we allow businesses to thrive here.
And we're happy to have you here until you're not that type of person.
Right.
And Jeffy, to your point, remember somebody sent me a note, a Pathead sent me a note of 4 major companies that recently moved their headquarters from California to Plano, and thus are changing the politics of that suburb here in Dallas-Fort Worth with the exact people you just discussed who are moving here with those values.
Yep. Please stop. Please stop. Please stop. Stop. There's going to be no refuge.
I know.
Pretty soon,
I know.
There's going to be no refuge.
And we've stopped saying anymore. When we first moved to Texas, when we first came here to the Blaze, when we moved to Texas, we had so many stories for the first 3 to 4 years and this happened here in Texas. We don't say that anymore.
No, because it's getting to be like everywhere else. That's why I say we should Texasize California and send 5 million people to California and change the way that state votes.
Better beaches.
Right.
Mountains, better beaches.
Sure.
I mean,
in many cases, better weather. We could all relocate to San Diego and just experience 72 degrees year round.
You want to just flip? Should we just mutual exchange?
Right.
Okay.
Everybody in California right now, you come here. We'll go there from Texas, and we'll
and then those 55 electoral votes will finally go to a Republican. Be nice, wouldn't it? It's hard to believe that Ronald Reagan won that state's elections twice for governor. Isn't that amazing to think of now? You think about, and even Arnold Schwarzenegger was supposedly a Republican, but he was the rhino, complete rhino. So Reagan winning in California, it's hard to imagine now. When you think back to what California used to be, it wasn't the People's Republic of California back in the 60s. The heck? So we can change it back. Let's do it. They don't all have to come from Texas, but 5 million conservatives need to move to California so we can change the complexion of the way that state votes.
And look, we already showed you U-Haul trucks are cheap.
Right.
Going into California, so just go.
It's amazing. All right, 888-900-3393. Also at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Jill Biden is now reportedly ready to step up as First Lady.
Oh, good. Because what we need is a beautiful First Lady. That's what we need.
Right. That's somebody who's really elegant and beautiful.
Again.
Classy.
Again.
Yeah. Right.
It's been far too long since we've had one.
According to the article, she's fended off protesters who made a run at her husband. She's moved him farther from reporters during the coronavirus pandemic. She's supported his presidential ambitions again and again, except in 2004 when she deployed a novel messaging technique to keep Joe from running. But now she's his chief protector. She's a protector. Lady McBiden is not a protector. She's been the one pushing him down this road, knowing full well that he's not up to this job.
Well, she's dragging him. She's dragging him down the road.
She really is. Yeah, she really is. She knows exactly what's going on with Joe, and she's pushing him down this path anyway. And I think it's despicable to call her the protector of Biden. It's just the opposite. All she cares about are her ambitions.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah. That's been kind of proven. I mean, throughout this entire campaign.
And when it proves out what we've been saying about Joe and his cognitive abilities or lack thereof, when it comes to fruition and he has to be removed from office, they're going to act like they were so surprised. And they knew all along. They all know. They can see this. They've got access to the same audio and video that we have.
It's not a surprise. It's not going.
No,
when they say it's a surprise, that's a lie.
Totally complete.
Even going to acknowledge it. You'll recall Jake Tapper tried to, and was shut down.
Not even go
by
there.
the protector. Yeah.
Don't even go there.
You got to keep that up, though, Lady McBiden. I mean, that nails it.
Is she not Lady Macbeth to a T? I think she is.
So good, man.
All right, let me tell you about real estate agents I trust.com. Trying to sell your home is really a big challenge, and it's also probably the biggest investment you ever make in your life.
Especially if you're going from, say, a state somewhere in the middle of the country to California.
Isn't that the truth?
You're going to need help.
My gosh.
You're going to need help.
If you go from here where, 5,000 square feet of a home would cost you probably, depending on, about $1 million. Let's say it's $1 million. In California, that'd be $3 million. Or $4
you're
million.
living in a box.
Yeah.
You're living in a box.
In California, 1,000 square feet can be close to $1 million. Yeah. It's unbelievable.
And that's one of the big draws of moving from one of these blue states like the Northeast or California
to Texas.
See, oh my goodness, look how cheap the houses are there. And now people are working remotely. Here they come.
That's right. So the point is, you need a realtor to see you through that process because it's a really important one. And they'll give you good advice because they go around these municipalities with other clients. And so they know what the clients are looking for in a home. And that's why they can give you great advice. These agents all have great track records and they all have great marketing plans. And so it's not just, all right, we'll do another open house every week. So you can keep your house spick and span, completely clean, every minute of every day, just in case it's another open house.
And be ready to get out at a beck and call.
Yes. We don't want to see you here, so go somewhere.
Well, in COVID-19 days, where am I going to go?
I don't care. Just get out. We're showing the house. Okay. So, Real Estate Agents I Trust. Go there today. They're fantastic. And they're fans of the show, so you got that in common with them. RealestateAgentsITrust.com. The name really says it all. RealestateAgentsITrust.com. I am. It's true. So, welcome to it. Great to have you with us. December 1st. Man, hard to believe. We're like just over 3 weeks. It's 3 weeks from Friday will be Christmas. Isn't that amazing? Crazy.
It is, actually.
Yeah.
It is, actually.
I got some tweets here. The President-elect Pickled Squirrel tweets. We got a call yesterday that Christmas was canceled at the aunt and uncle's house. Normally, I hate that 3-hour drive. Very boring. But we would have done it this year. Well, yeah, because you're a rebel and you want to disobey the people who know better than you do.
Go against the guidelines and the mandates.
Right. Yeah. And you're trying to kill people. That's the thing. You're just trying to kill people. Pope-elect Joe Tobin tweets, the same crowd that ridiculed abstinence education as a method for preventing teen pregnancy now thinks that endless social distancing and isolation is a reasonable and sustainable way to contain a disease. True.
Yeah.
Caffeinated Texan tweets, I still love the find a vaccination line in this particular song.
I'll keep my social distance. This world needs you to hang.
Until we find the vaccination, there's no substitute for love.
Caffeinated Texan continues, yeah, it's under a rock somewhere, you dumb. Not only that, but how is the vaccination a substitute for love? Because she says until we find that vaccination, there is no substitute.
Correct.
But I guess the vaccine does substitute for love.
It does. For a little while.
Okay. So I want to get that clear.
Not permanent.
Corn Pop and Shoe Leather tweets, when I moved from Jacksonville, Florida to Irvine, California, it cost $800. After the LA riots, the same U-Haul from LA to Richmond was $3,500. For $3,200, I had professional movers pack up my stuff and move it for me. Wow. Yeah. Joshua Gold tweets, Jill could end up being president. Remember Wilson's wife? Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, we've mentioned that. She probably took over for her husband for the last 2 years of his presidency.
Yeah.
About 2 full years after he had his stroke. And the country was kept completely in the dark.
Yeah. I mean, they at the end, they demanded, pretty much broke down the door to go see him.
Yeah. And then comes Jill, pushing her husband down that same road.
Yep.
Interesting. Rowdy Introvert tweets, there's a fine line between protector and enabler. And from Frederick, Jill must be Joe's hospice physician.
No joke. I'm not joking.
Not joking.
Not joking. No,
she is a doctor.
That's serious stuff. She is a doctor.
She is a doctor. She has a doctorate. Although I will say, as I was reading, because I want to make sure, I believe that it was a doctorate of education, and it is. But man, she just in 2007 she got it at the age of 55. Took her a little while.
Yeah. Well, good for her.
So maybe I was
good
working.
for her.
I did it while I was a working mom.
Right.
Okay. Good
showing you that women can have it all.
She's a real go-getter.
Yeah, that's awesome. She's wonderful. Wonderful. Knowing full well her husband is in rapid decline, and she just keeps pushing him down that road.
Well, when you see signs of that, you let me know. Okay?
Oh, really?
Because, yeah.
Really? All right. I'm gonna here's some signs of that.
My physical as well as my mental fitness.
I want to see these beautiful young ladies. I want to see them dancing when they're 4 years older, too. I'm looking forward to this, man.
Man?
You walk behind me in a debate.
Right.
Come here, man.
Come here, man. Man.
Why should people want to make a change, though?
Well, that's up to them to decide.
Why should they?
It's for them to decide.
Well, make your case.
I'm not going to.
He's not going to.
We can't rebuild our economy and meet this climate crisis, exacerbating the need for environmental justice. Sorry, as a bug.
There's a
bug.
Speaking of the environment. We need to work again with Canada and Mexico as neighbors, not as adversaries.
Adversaries.
Donald Trump does pose an extra threat to this.
It's not hypothetical.
It's not
There's
hypothetical.
things that are worth dealing with China tough on. That makes it far more durable, reliable, and powerful. And partnerships built on coercion.
Because if you could take care, you were a quartermaster, you can sure in hell take care of running a department store thing, where in the second floor of the ladies' department or whatever. You know what I mean?
Congratulations, America. Congratulations.
Again, when you see signs, you let me know.
Oh, okay.
You let me know. Okay?
All right. I just haven't seen any yet.
That's what I mean.
I'll let you know when I do.
We'll
see
stay on
something.
top of it.
Yeah. We'll look but he's so sharp that I don't know that we'll be able to prove anything.
I mean, the only reason we didn't really hear from him too often during this Thanksgiving holiday, and we did get a Thanksgiving message, was that he hurt himself playing with the dog.
Right. Yeah, he broke some bones in his foot playing with the dog.
Hairline fracture playing with the dog. So, he had to go to the doctor and see things. So he really was busy. He was tied up with that.
Sure. Right. Did he go to the ICU?
Look.
Look.
Anyone who spent significant time in ICU like I did for months.
By the way, he did not spend months in ICU.
And by the way, remember he talked about bringing them lunches and bringing them dinner?
The nurses at the ICU.
I still want proof of that.
I'd love to see
So congratulations, Dominion. There's your president.
There's your... Oh, some interesting things on Dominion, too. We got to share that with you. From the chairman of Smartmatic. Isn't that what it's called, the software? Smartmatic, yeah. Because there's no relationship between them.
Wait, what?
Or is there? We'll share it next.
Pat Gray.
May I share something with you that I feel incredibly strongly about?
Okay. Anytime
you love a stranger, it's just a friend you ain't met yet. And I mean that. I mean that from deep inside.
Pat, is there a substitute for love?
Not until there's a vaccination. No, there's no substitute. Until we find that vaccination,
right?
There's no substitute for love.
I mean, thank you, but I feel like it's been said before.
Excuse me? By whom?
It's an original thought, Jeffy. Don't even try this.
I'm just sharing my thoughts and my deepest feelings with you, okay? If you can't handle that, then maybe you can excuse yourself from the room.
With those lesions or whatever's going on.
Or whatever's going on. The seborrhea, the psoriasis, the eczema, the cancer. We don't know what it is.
No, you're going to find out later this week.
Hopefully not cancer, right? Yeah.
Seriously.
But that's the Band-Aids. I had biopsies taken yesterday, so. Could I have waited until Christmas vacation when I wouldn't wear Band-Aids on my head on TV?
Could you have been a man?
Yes. But I have a wife.
Doctor, if he comes back and says, look, I'm glad we caught this when we did.
Yeah.
If we had waited even just a few more weeks.
Just a few more weeks, you'd be dead as a doornail.
You will never hear the end of it from Jackie.
You'd be like,
see, I told you.
Bob Marley, dead as a doornail.
Wait. Took a dark turn.
It did, kind of, didn't it? But I just want to say, all I want to say is,
I'll keep my social distance. What this world needs is a hug.
I mean, I'm going to keep my social distance, but what this world needs
is a hug.
Is a hug. So
this world needs is an enema.
Oh, man.
I mean, with a hug? Okay.
Yeah, right. Coffee, enema, and a hug. That's what the world needs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whatever you're into, Jeffy.
888-900-3393. Also at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. A woman who worked at Starbucks in New Jersey has filed a wrongful termination lawsuit claiming she was fired for refusing to wear an LGBTQIA2 plus T-shirt. Apparently, at Starbucks, they have you wear that in support of LGBTQIA2 plus causes and people. Betsy Fress, who is a Christian from Newark, New Jersey, worked as a barista in Hoboken in 2018, and she says in her lawsuit, the managers knew of her religious beliefs because she requested Sundays and certain evenings off to attend church. Then she was transferred to a Starbucks in Glen Ridge, New Jersey. She claims in June 2019, store manager conducted a meeting with staffers in his office, and a box of Starbucks Pride T-shirts were laying there on his desk. She says that being the last one to leave, she asked the manager if wearing the T-shirts was required, and the manager said it wasn't. The lawsuit states that several weeks later, Starbucks Ethics and Compliance Helpline contacted her about the request not to wear the shirt. She responded her religious beliefs prevented her from doing so. Should have been the end of it, right?
Right.
No. She was informed she was fired because her comportment was not in compliance with Starbucks core values. Wow.
I mean, I believe that.
I do
but
too.
I don't necessarily believe it, right? I think that they will they'll blame it on the local Starbucks, not corporate.
Oh, maybe.
And corporate will say, "Oh,
maybe,
man, this is horrible."
Or they'll say, "No, she was fired for cause. She was fired because she wasn't doing a good job, or she was taking money from the till." Who knows what they'll say?
Right.
They're probably not going to admit it, but I'll bet you it's true. I'll bet it's true.
It does sound like that to be true, although it's
the kind of stuff that's going on now.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, just down the road here, Texas San Antonio. A team that BYU steamrolled.
Right.
By a field goal.
By a touchdown.
Touchdown. My bad. I have no room to talk. But there's a sorority sister down there who posted a video from like a pro-Trump rally. Yeah. And in the crowd, someone dared to hold up a sign that said, "All lives matter." And keep in mind, she didn't say this. She wasn't holding the sign.
Dare they?
Yeah, her sorority has stripped her of her big position there with the organization.
My gosh.
Because of a video she posted from a campaign event where the sign "All Lives Matter" was seen. Held. It was seen, and it's hurtful. That phrase is hurtful, and it's I forgot the other word they use. Like it's unseeming. I don't know, something like that for sorority sisters to be at an event with that sign. I mean, it's madness.
That all lives matter. Now, all lives mattering seems to include, I don't know, all lives, all people, everybody.
But
so you're saying that
whistle.
Not everybody matters.
Thank you.
No, if it's a dog
exactly
whistle,
what you're saying.
Nobody's hearing it unless you're a dog.
Yeah, here's the phrase. I found the story. The statement "All lives matter" is extremely hurtful to our sisters and is very unsisterly. Reads the sorority charging document filed against J.C. Barton.
Unsisterly. That is just crazy.
Yeah. We are in a bizarro world, and it doesn't get better. I don't think so.
Sure is bizarre. It's well, yeah, because everybody's counting on it being better after 2020.
Yeah.
Like 2021, all of a sudden, magically,
it'll be
sprinkle pixie dust and everything's fine.
I can't wait.
Yeah, it'll be great.
It's
going to be
dust.
a lot of celebrating going on December 31st.
Yeah.
Of course, when you wake up on January 1st, it's still going to suck.
Yeah, it's still going to be a mess.
Sorry.
Also, Chris Kennedy had a Christmas display featuring a 7-foot black Santa that stands tall in his yard, along with a tree, a Christmas tree, and a large shining sign that reads "Joy."
Yeah, it's beautiful, right? It's in the front yard. It's beautiful.
Yeah, this is Christmas display.
Yeah.
Until now, he's received nothing but compliments since he first moved into the North Little Rock, Arkansas neighborhood in 2017.
Of course, nothing but compliments.
But get this.
Oh, no.
Just before Thanksgiving last week, he received in the mail an anonymous racist note condemning the decorations in his yard.
Yep.
I know how this story ends.
And you know what that letter said, Pat?
Yeah, it said, "You should not try to deceive children into believing that I am a Negro."
You know who signed this letter?
Santa Claus. Yeah. And then he wrote, "You being jealous of my race is no excuse for your dishonesty."
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Come on now. Come on.
That's right.
Kennedy read the note over a live stream on his Facebook account. "I am trying to be as nice as I can in this very moment because I'm actually filled with rage." In the video, he also revealed an image of a white Santa with 2 thumbs down and the label taped to the front of the envelope that resembled the Lakewood Property Owners Association. Now, first of all, it's hard to believe that anybody would do this.
There's no way.
Now,
happened.
we haven't seen the outcome yet.
There's no way this happened.
But there's no way that happened.
I'm
Pat,
sorry,
no.
Seriously. Since I'm not there, will you please just sit that story off to the side because you will be revisiting that very, very soon, I'm sure, with an updated.
We're going to find out that this guy wrote the note to himself because nobody's going to do that. Come on.
And I love the word choice. What was it? Don't deceive people. Yeah. I'm not a Negro.
You should not try to deceive children into believing that I am a Negro. Signed, Santa Claus.
There's no awesome
way that Santa Claus wrote that letter.
No, there isn't.
Okay.
There isn't.
There's
so
no
right,
way.
Jeffy. There's not a chance.
I don't believe
it
that Santa Claus wrote that letter.
No, and you know what? I mean, even there's just no way.
It's just no way.
Not happen. There's
no way. Santa Claus or any of this guy's neighbors or any passersby. Nobody wrote that note except the guy who lives in the house. It's got to be the outcome, right? How many of these things have we seen? And I think we've learned our lesson by now. At least we have. Others have not. But it's almost always not real.
And the thing that really angered our man Chris Kennedy was the fact, now he said the person who wrote it was Santa Claus,
right?
Suggested I move out east where I guess they feel all black people live. What?
What?
He said the letter suggested that I move out east, and his comment is where I guess they feel all black people live. There's no way. There's no way this is real.
There's too many details, man. If you're going to lie, right, Jeffy, you got to leave out some details.
Yes.
There's a lot going on with that letter, and I
really
can't wait
funny.
for the update in a few weeks.
That is fantastic.
There's just no way. I'm sorry.
No way.
This is not. No one wrote this letter to this person.
I don't think so either. Move out east. Come on.
Stop.
That's not even a thing.
Deceive children that I'm a Negro.
All black people
move out east.
All black people live in the east.
Here's what it is. This guy's got a point of reference for that comment about move out east, and he just assumes that everybody's going to understand what he is saying, and really, it makes no sense to anybody but him.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's going to be a fun update on that one.
Yes, we are setting this aside and we are saving it for a few weeks at least. All right, let me tell you about Glint Pay. Glint Pay is amazing. It's amazing that nobody has thought of this before and done this before. It's my ultimate money. For the first time, I always have access to independent, reliable money with gold, which, unlike cash right now, actually holds its purchasing power over time. So that's thing one. But your purchases being backed by gold, which you buy, and they put the actual gold into a Swiss vault, and then you get a credit card, a MasterCard, in order to make purchases backed by the gold. These card accounts are FDIC insured up to $250,000, and the gold you own is kept safe and allocated to you in a Brinks vault in Switzerland. Glint allows you to turn a hard asset, in this case gold, into liquid cash to spend just like regular money, even at the checkout. So it is so easy. It makes so much sense, and it's just that simple. It's real gold. There's no cryptocurrency here. There's no tokens or back by, just real actual gold that you own 100% to save if you want or spend if you want. Please go to glintpay.com/gray and download the app. glintpay.com/gray, Gray. Go there now.
What happened then? Well, in Whoville, they say that the Grinch's small heart grew 3 sizes that day.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Welcome.
Oh my gosh, I just went to glintpay.com/gray.
Yes.
And it says Glint is exactly what I've been looking for, Pat Gray.
Right?
So
need I say more? So there you go. All right. 888-900-3393. Also at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Now, for what? A month or two now. I guess it's been almost a month. We've been hearing about these Dominion voting machines and the Smartmatic software that goes with it. And we've been told by the media that there's no relation between the two. What do you mean? This the Dominion machines and Smartmatic software have nothing to do with each other. They're not owned by the same people at all. What are you even talking about? Okay, we've been hearing that crap over and over again. Well, here is the chairman of Smartmatic talking to an interviewer a few years ago.
The fact is, yes, part of our technology is licensed from Dominion, but you tell me
what?
a large technology company which isn't using, in part, licenses from other companies, and we have a license for the international use of that particular piece of the technology that we employ.
Okay, so despite the fact that we've been told over and over again that Smartmatic has no affiliate relationships or financial ties with foreign-owned Dominion voting machines, he just said, what was it again?
The fact is, yes, part of our technology is licensed from Dominion, but...
Isn't that fascinating? So, regardless of what the outcome of this is or who we know we're being lied to, right? We know we're being lied to every single day. So if they're lying to us over and over and over again about the relationship between Smartmatic and Dominion, is it ridiculous to believe that they're lying to us about whether or not the machine can switch votes to the tune of 5 million or 10 million, whatever it is Sidney Powell claims happened? Certainly not out of the realm of possibility.
No, it is not.
It's certainly not ridiculous to believe.
No, it is not. But without actual proof that it took place, that it was used that way.
Right.
It's just
nothing's going to come of it
yeah.
unless she steps forward and shows the evidence of it.
And you wonder why these observers were kept so far away during the counting of the votes, such as that video in Gwinnett County, Georgia, where they are on the other side of the glass, across the room. They can see what he's doing, but boy, it would be nice to see the actual text on the screen of what he is
wouldn't it?
Dragging and dropping. But, they had 4 years to plan this. I mean, they've got it figured out. So let's hope a miracle happens.
And again, we definitely need a miracle. The question is, do we deserve one?
Yeah.
I hope we do. I hope. Please let us deserve it and let it happen.
There have been a number of people that have questioned the United States deserving that miracle.
Mm-hmm. And the consensus
a lot
is...
of them aren't like you. Aren't saying that we do. They tend to believe that we don't.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying I hope we do. And there are some, we're finding the telltale signs of things that Sidney Powell has been claiming over the last several weeks. And so I'm hoping she can just do the big evidence dump somewhere, sometime in court or with some friendly media. But we got to see it soon. And let's not forget what Biden told us.
We have put together, I think, the most extensive and inclusive voter fraud organization in the history of American politics.
Wow, congratulations.
Okay, Pops. We're done here.
That is impressive that you've put together the largest and most inclusive voter fraud organization in the history of America. How proud you must be.
If nothing else, it sounds like we're going to have a president who's going to tell us the truth.
Right, he just did that, didn't he?
He's going to lay it out for us. We just got to make sure that those press conferences or with his meds aren't in his system. But yeah, there you go.
But there you go. There you have it. The problem is some people are really firing things up. The people are doing that on the left, but they're also doing it on the right. This evangelical talk host, Rick Wiles, you know who he is?
Love Rick.
Yeah, who doesn't?
Oh, man.
I mean, I don't know who he is exactly, but he asserted yesterday that conservative Americans will hunt down Democrats if President Trump is removed from office. That is really dangerous, really irresponsible rhetoric.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure that we're being told by, I don't know, people on the left that they want to do that to the Trump supporters.
Oh, absolutely.
So once again,
yes.
Once again, it's exactly opposite of the truth.
Yeah, we got Chris Evans.
Some would call that
Captain America, right? We got the Captain America guy. We got Zach Braff. They want a list of Trump enablers. Boy, that sounds healthy.
Can you believe that from Chris Evans? You want a list of Trump enablers, and then what are you going to do?
Right?
What are you going to do with the list? Are you going to hunt them down and kill them?
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
I mean, that's what you infer from that, right?
Yeah. So the hashtag that the far left, like Chris Evans, are putting out there is remember who said nothing. And so it's a movement to look.
Wow, to hold us responsible, accountable, or whatever.
I mean, that's what Dingleberry said yesterday too, right? I can't even.
Now, which Dingleberry are we speaking of here?
Center Dingleberry.
Keith
Olbermann.
Yeah,
that's the rantings of him too.
It is. Yes, exactly. But I would love it if the rantings like that all came from the left, because the right isn't going to hunt down Democrats. That's not going to happen. The right is not going to be out in the streets looting and rioting.
Let's look at this. I mean, yes, Keith Olbermann is irrelevant, but people know who he is. They know his background. Zach Braff, Chris Evans. These are, I don't want to say spokespeople for the left, but they're definitely people that you recognize their names, right?
Yeah.
But the media and the press, they're not going to do that. They're not going to point out this stuff. They're going to point to the people like Jeffy just was saying, who's this guy? Exactly. Who is this guy? The podcast guy, the far right guy. Mm-hmm. But they're going to make that the story as if we know who that is and his voice matters to us. What is his name again? I've never heard of the guy.
Wiles. Rick Wiles.
Sure.
Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah. But he'll be cited as the example if violence breaks out.
Spokesperson for the right.
Right, there you go.
So ridiculous. Yep. And then we've got things like the Oregon governor, Kate Brown, urging residents, as we mentioned last week, to rat out their neighbors who break COVID-19 restrictions.
Yeah, well.
So they did that at Thanksgiving. Hey, if you see too many cars outside your neighbor's home, make sure you call the COVID police. If that's not Nazi Germany all over again, I don't know what is. I mean, I'm not gonna avoid that comparison anymore, because they certainly don't, over much less provocation. And I am sick and tired of it. She recently limited the number of people allowed in private homes to 6 as part of a 2-week freeze. Now, if you don't think they're going to do the same thing at Christmas, you're out of your mind. Because they're going to do the same thing at Christmas, if not worse. She said, look, this is no different than what happens if there's a party down the street and it's keeping everyone awake. Right. No, it's a lot different because there's no disturbance going on.
But she said it's exactly the same.
But she did say there's no difference. What do neighbors do? They call law enforcement because it's too noisy. This is just like that. Again, no, it isn't. It's like a violation of a noise ordinance. Honestly, they shouldn't have to. This is about saving lives.
Thank you.
And it's about protecting our fellow Oregonians. That's why it's okay to act like fascists and narc on your neighbors.
Wait, that's in the story?
Yes, I put it there. Again, I'm so sick of it. But this is dangerous stuff that's happening here.
I know.
Whether you're spewing that nonsense from the right or you're spewing it from the left, it's really dangerous, and it really needs to stop. Really needs to stop. I don't
disagree, but it certainly doesn't feel like it's going to stop
it doesn't.
At any time soon.
No, it feels like it's ramping up.
It does.
Which is why I think there's going to be a little bit of a case of friction coming up during Christmas. When
pushback has already happened around the world, right? I mean, including the U.S. and the UK and other countries are pushing back against these new lockdown orders.
Yep.
And because people have had enough.
And they know more are on the way.
Yeah.
And it's already caused how many businesses to go? I read a figure this morning of 29.8% of businesses have been shut down since this started. Oh, that's almost 30% of businesses?
Push back now if you want anything left.
Yeah, exactly right. All right, we'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day.
Pat Gray, only on the Blaze Radio Network.